Hey everybody, it's Jeff here with NVG Games, back for another episode of the Incast, live weekly Nintendo podcast. We didn't record an episode last week because I had family plans, and I just decided I'd push it back to this week and do a special double episode for you guys, so we'll have double the normal coverage on this episode. Now I'm just checking my stream now, make sure it's working. Looks like it is. Alright. So this is episode 25 of the Incast Live Weekly Nintendo Podcast, and our feature game this week is Gumshoe. This is the Gumshoe Podcast. Gumshoe is a video game developed and published by Nintendo for the NES and released in 1986 in North America and on June 15th, 1988 in Europe. Gumshoe is played using the NES Zapper. The game was designed by Yoshio Sakamoto, and in the game's story, you play as Mr. Stevenson, and he is an ex-FBI agent turned detective. He receives a ransom note from a mafia boss named King Dom, who has kidnapped Stevenson's daughter, Jennifer. Stevenson must collect 5 Black Panther diamonds within 24 hours in order to see his daughter again. Mr. Stevenson walks continuously to the right and will jump if shot with the NES Zapper. The player must also shoot enemies as they appear on screen. Shooting Mr. Stevenson to make him jump will not subtract from the player's ammunition. Shooting obstacles or an empty area, however, will subtract 1 bullet from the total. Having Mr. Stevenson grab red balloons will add bullets. The game was developed by Nintendo Research and Development 1, published by Nintendo, designed by Yoshio Sakamoto, composed by Higakatsu Tanaka, and it's on the NES, and it was released in North America in August 1986 and Europe on June 15th, 1988. It is a platformer and shooter game, and it only has single player mode. It does not have multiplayer mode. And according to Wikipedia, at least, it was not released in Japan, which is interesting. Wonder why. Anyways, we're going to move on to releases for the upcoming week. These are games coming out from October 29th through October 5th. Or, I'm sorry, October 29th through November 5th, rather, as it will be November 1st on Tuesday. And I have allergies or a cold or something, so I apologize for all the sniffling. But anyways... So what is coming out next week? Well, on the Wii U on October, or God, I keep saying October. On the Wii U on November 3rd, we are getting Gravity Plus. And also on the 3rd of November on 3DS is Ice Station Z. On Wii U there is Pinball Breakout and Twisted Fusion. Both of those are on the 3rd of November. On the 4th of November we have Mario Party Star Rush on the 3DS. And moving on to other Wii U releases. On the 1st of November there is Rumbo Deluxe Edition and Tumblestone. And I already told you about Gravity Plus, Pinball Breakout, and Twisted Fusion. Those are all in North America. In Europe, on the 3rd of November, they're getting Twisted Fusion on the Wii U. For the 3DS, on the 31st of October, which is Monday, Halloween, North America is getting the Link Between Worlds pack for Hyrule Warriors Legends on the 3DS. And I already told you about Ice Station Z and Mario Party Star Rush for the 3DS on the 3rd and 4th, respectively. Japan is getting 3D Power Drift and Maru Gokaku Kaigo Fuku Shishi Shiken Heisai 28 Nindohan. Both of those are coming out on the 2nd of November for the 3DS in Japan. On the 3rd in Europe, November 3rd, they're getting Ice Station Z on the 3DS. On the 4th, they're getting Cartoon Network Battle Crashers and Sega 3D Classics Collection. On the 4th in North America, we are getting a bunch of the new wave of Super Mario series amiibo figures. There's the Diddy Kong amiibo, the Wario 1, Donkey Kong, Boo, Rosalina, Daisy, and Waluigi. All those are on the 4th of November in North America. And those are compatible with both 3DS and Wii U. On November 2nd, we are getting a new color for the Nintendo 2DS, and that is the electric blue color that comes with the Mario Kart 7 bundle. That will be available on the 2nd of November for $79.99. Alright, so moving on to news for the week. We have the European Nintendo download for you from October 17th. As I mentioned, we are covering 2 weeks worth of news here, so this is a little bit behind. But anyways, on the Wii U eShop, we got Pirate Plop Plus. We also got Super Destronaut 2, Go Duck Yourself, and Fire Ung's Quest. We got a Wii retail game on the Wii U, and that was Project 02 Wii Edition, also known as one of the entries in the Fatal Frame series in North America. For the Wii U, we have sales on a ton of games. There are sales for Bayonetta 2, Zombie U, Darksiders 2, Resident Evil Revelations, Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition, Pac-Man The Ghostly Adventures, Pac-Man The Ghostly Adventures 2, the full game upgrade for Project Zero Made in Blackwater, Costume Quest 2, Dungeons & Dragons Chronicles of Mystara, Extreme Exorcism, Nihilumbra, I guess that's how you say that, Shadow Puppeteer, Super Meat Boy, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, Whispering Willows, Ziggurat Year Walk, Don't Starve Giant Edition, Lone Survivor, The Director's Cut, How to Survive, On Epic, Slender the Arrival, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, I'm guessing that's on Virtual Console, Castlevania for the NES, Castlevania for the Game Boy Advance, Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance, Castlevania Dracula X, Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse, Super Castlevania 4, Super Ghouls and Ghosts on the Super Nintendo, Super Ghouls and Ghosts on the Game Boy Advance, Gargoyle's Quest 2 The Demon Darkness, Ghosts and Goblins, Devil World, and pretty much all those are Virtual Console titles. Pandora's Tire, Gunman Clive HD Collection, Dragon Skills, Island Flight Simulator, Sweetest Thing, Super Toy Cars, Toon Tanks, Hurry Up Bird Hunter, Grand Prix Rockin' Racing, Tumblestone, Human Resource Machine, and Little Inferno. On the 3DS eShop, Europe got a special demo version for Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. Also got Rhythm Paradise Megamix and Ping Pong Trick Shot. There's 3DS home themes for Rhythm Paradise Megamix, the Costume Tibby theme, and the Megamix Ringside theme. There's a bunch of sales on 3DS also, and those are for Luigi's Mansion 2, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D, Resident Evil Revelations, Resident Evil The Mercenaries 3D, Gabrielle's Ghostly Groove 3D, Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures, Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures 2, Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Soul Hackers, Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor 2 Record Breaker, Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor Overclocked, Castlevania Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate, Epic Word Search Holiday Special, Escape from Zombie City, Undead Bowling, Zombie Panic and Wonderland DX, Ghosts and Goblins, Castlevania, Castlevania The Adventure, Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse, Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, Gargoyle's Quest, Gargoyle's Quest 2 The Demon Darkness, Eterno Blade, Gunman Clive 2, Heartbeaten, which is not available in Germany, Space Lift Danger Panic, that one's also not available in Germany, 3D Game Collection, Atlantic Quest, and Secret Agent Files Miami. On the new Nintendo 3DS eShop, you guys got Pirate Pop Plus, and on new Nintendo 3DS Virtual Console, you got 2 Super Nintendo games, and those are Super Ghouls and Ghosts and Super Castlevania 4. And there's one special offer this week, a sale on the Binding of Isaac Rebirth on new Nintendo 3DS only. So Nintendo shared a launch trailer for Steam World Heist on the Wii U on their YouTube channel, and that is also available on 3DS, but this is for the Wii U version of the game, and it just came out about a week or so ago. So you can check out the launch trailer on our website at nvideogames.com. Speaking of trailers, they also put out one for the demo version of Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, so you can check that out, and you can download the demo on the eShop. And it's going to be coming out next month in North America, Europe, and Japan, the game on the 3DS. So we got the Japanese Nintendo download for you. This is for October 19th. What did Japan get? Well, on the Wii U eShop, they got Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge. On Wii U Virtual Console, they got Little Ninja Brothers, which was originally released on the Famicom, and they got Picross 3D, which was originally released on the Nintendo DS. And on the 3DS eShop, they got This I Saved the World, Hermit Saber, Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge, and Mario Party Star Rush. So we got some news this week a couple weeks ago rather, from Wall Street Journal, and they said that Nintendo would not be holding a financial briefing for their second quarter results, which is unusual. But they were still expected to talk a little bit about mobile, 3DS, and NX. But because they're not doing a Q&A portion for shareholders, there probably would have been less info shared or revealed. And Tatsumi Kimishima, who is, of course, is the president of Nintendo, was still expected to discuss financial results and was also going to be answering some questions from media, just not from investors. And they were scheduled to be discussed on the 26th, which was this past Wednesday. And the Wall Street Journal expected that they would share plans how they would reveal NX. And they didn't expect there to be a presentation online that week, but we'll get to that in a little bit. And they were also expected to share results of the performance for Pokemon Go and the Plus accessory. And they also expected there to be additional information about games for 3DS and mobile, and particularly Super Mario Run, which of course is scheduled to be released on iOS by the end of the year. So we had a new report from Gamnesia that Pokemon Sun and Moon are confirmed to not have gems and HMs, which is a big change for the series, as they've always had that pretty much. And that comes from a Nintendo rep. HMs are going to be replaced by the ability to ride Pokemon, like you had seen in previous games in the series, and that is called the Poke Ride feature. And then some of the old HMs are going to be included in TMs instead of HMs, and those are like Waterfall, for example, Fly, and Surf as well. Gems are going to be replaced by something called Island Challenge Trials, and these trials will require you to find various items or battle or answer questions, and you have to face off with trial captains, which apparently are going to be a replacement for gem leaders. So in previous games in the series, you had to get badges to allow you to have higher level Pokemon obey you, and maybe they're going to give you some other collectible for this now, or it's just going to be built in. They didn't say. We'll have to wait and see. So Nintendo recently put in a new filing with the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, for a new accessory that seems to connect to other devices via Bluetooth, which of course is one of the standards used for wireless communication. This information comes from Nintendo Wire, and it appears that this may be used to interact with mobile devices for Amiibo. And in addition to having Bluetooth, it's also going to have infrared, which is the method that's used for the NFC Reader Writer accessory for non-new Nintendo 3DS systems. Nintendo hasn't mentioned for sure if Amiibo support is going to come to mobile or not, but this is interesting that they might be planning that with this new filing. We'll have to wait and see. So as I mentioned earlier, the Wall Street Journal had reported just a few days before that they didn't expect a presentation for Nintendo NX, but Nintendo had actually had one planned all along, I guess, because they announced overnight on the 19th, or was it the 18th? I forget when. But anyway, they had announced that they were going to be sharing a preview trailer for the Nintendo NX to reveal the system. And they said the video would be approximately 3 minutes long, so it wasn't going to be a full Nintendo Direct. And they said it would be available on the 20th, which was last Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And they didn't say at the time if it was going to be a live stream or not, but it was just a trailer. It wasn't a live stream. And we also had information from Let's Play Video Games that they would not share information about hardware specs. And Nintendo would probably release that information via a press release. And she had expected, Laura Dale at Let's Play Video Games said that she expected they would be coming before the month ends, but as of yet we still have not got specs on the system. Not official specs anyway. There's been rumored specs, but nothing official from Nintendo as far as I know. So speaking of NX, we got some footage of the Wii U version of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild from Nintendo. And this looks at the weather in the game, and the other information we've translated via Google Translate, so I don't know for sure this is what it's called, but it says revitalizing and kakuru, whatever that means. I'm not sure. My Japanese is not that great. So anyways, you can check out those videos on our website at nvigames.com or on Nintendo's Japanese YouTube channel. Or I think they come from the official website for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, so you can check those out there also, the Japanese website. Just a moment, I'm trying to find the next thing I need to talk about. Don't know why that's not there. Oh, I thought we had put the trailer on the site, but I cannot find it now. The Nintendo NX trailer. I could have sworn we put that on there. Weird. Very weird. Well, anyways, we'll continue onwards. So, as I mentioned, Nintendo was doing a reveal trailer for the Nintendo NX, and they finally have officially revealed the system. And they gave it its official name also. And the NX is now known as Nintendo Switch. And we have the system's logo as well as some images on the website at nvigames.com, as well as the list of confirmed partners and the full official press release announcing the system. So these partners are ones that they have in the image here, and some of these may be involved with the development of the hardware, not necessarily with games. But anyways, the list is as follows: 505 Games, Activision, Arc System Works, Atlas, Bandai Namco Entertainment, Bethesda, Capcom, Codemasters, Electronic Arts, or EA if you prefer, From Software, Frozen Byte, Game Trust, Grasshopper Manufacturer, Gung-Ho Online Entertainment, Hamster, NT Creates, Koei Tecmo, Konami, Level 5, Marvelous, Maximum Games, Nippon Ichi Software Inc., Parody Bit, Platinum Games, Riko Choku Company Limited, Sega, Spike Chunsoft, Square Enix, Starbreeze Studios, Take-Two Interactive, Telltale Games, THQ Nordique, Tokyo RPG Factory, TT Games, Ubisoft, Warner Brothers, WWYs, Autodesk, Cryware, DNA, Epic Games, FMOD, Havoc, Rad Game Tools, Silicon Studio, Ubitus, Unity, and Web Technology. And as had been previously rumored, one of the pictures of the hardware confirms that the Switch does indeed have a split D-pad. That had been rumored by, I think, either Laura Dale or Emily Rogers, maybe both of them. Anyways, that was rumored before the reveal, and it was confirmed, so that is interesting. They also showed a unknown button, which is possibly the share button that had been rumored, and that, I believe, is on the left controller. And the system does have detachable controllers, as you can see in the image that Nintendo put out, and those controllers are called Joy-Cons. And basically, you slide them on like that, basically, you know. The Switch itself is like a handheld form, and it basically looks like a tablet, essentially. Kind of like the gamepad, but instead of having it all contained in one device, you can take the controller parts off with the Joy-Cons and use them wirelessly, or you can attach them to a separate grip accessory and use it as a larger wireless controller, or you can attach them and use them on the Switch itself and take it with you. And that's one of the main features of the system, is the hybrid functionality. You can take it with you when you go out and about, you know, doing whatever you're doing. If you're going on vacation, or you're going on your commute to work or school, or you know, whatever you're doing, going to a friend's house, a relative's house, whatever you're doing, you can take your game with you. And the transfer, as we saw in the trailer, is instantaneously from playing your game on the TV to playing it on the handheld. There seems to be no delay in transferring it from one screen to the other. It's instant, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, let's see here, what else do we have? Now, one thing we noted that there is LEDs in the middle portion of the controller, which that is the controller with the grip accessory. And we don't know yet what the LEDs mean. They may mean a player indicator, like on the Wavebird adapter for the GameCube, if you remember that. Or it could be a battery life indicator for the Joy-Cons, or it could be something else. We just don't know yet. So one of the developers we mentioned that has been confirmed to be developing for Switch is Bethesda, which has not developed on a Nintendo system since the Super Nintendo days, which is pretty crazy. I mean, that's over 20 years at this point. And it appears from the preview trailer that they're going to be bringing a version of The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim to the Switch, and possibly the special edition, so that's the one that is getting remastered for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. And you would assume if they're going to be bringing the game, they'd be doing the remastered version. I mean, it wouldn't make sense to do the original, since they already have the remastered essentially done. Anyways, they commented about developing for the Switch, and they said they are thrilled to be a publishing partner for Nintendo Switch. The platform presents exciting opportunities for our studios and fans. Now, they would later comment that they're not confirming or denying the existence of Skyrim for the Switch, despite the fact that it was featured in the trailer. And of course, I mean, Nintendo wouldn't have put it in the trailer if the game wasn't coming to the system. I mean, they don't do stuff like that, so it's got to be coming. But I guess they're not ready to officially confirm games for the Switch just yet, other than ones we already know about, like Breath of the Wild, for example. So after the reveal of the Switch, the system was the #1 trending topic on Reddit, on the homepage of Reddit. That's pretty crazy. And when we put the article up on the 20th, at the time the Reddit post had nearly 13,000 upvotes. For comparison purposes, the second most popular post at that time only had 8,500 upvotes. So Nintendo Switch had almost 5,000 upvote lead on the second most popular story. So it seems people are pretty excited about the system, and pretty positive about it as well. So another thing that we were shown in the Switch reveal trailer was Splatoon, and some people pointed out that it looks like you're going to be able to have customizable hair and pants on the Switch version of the game. Now, we don't know if this is going to be an enhanced port of the Wii U version, or if it's going to be a rumored sequel to the game, or what they're going to do. Hopefully Nintendo will confirm this soon, but we'll have to wait and see. So another partner that is working on the Switch is NVIDIA, and they are powering the system. And they commented about it on their official blog at I think it was nvidia.com. I think it's their website. Let's check. Yeah, it's blogs.nvidia.com is where their blog is. Anyways, you can read the full thing on our website at nvidiagames.com. But basically, the system is going to be running on a custom version of NVIDIA's Tegra processor, which is found on a lot of mobile devices, including NVIDIA's own Shield system, which is they were planning to do a second version of that, but it's rumored that they canceled that project to work on the Switch. And now that we know that they are indeed working on Switch, then that would explain why they canceled it, possibly. So, speaking of Switch, we've got additional information, and this podcast is going to talk a lot about Switch, because obviously that is a big story in the world of Nintendo, and we're going to be discussing that quite a bit. But anyways, we have some images that come from the trailer to show off different ways you can control the Switch. So we have a picture of the console, the dock, so the tablet sits down in the dock to make it a console, a home console, and it also charges it as well. and you can play with the system with the Joy-Cons like this, with like a gamepad on the Wii U. And the Switch, another thing that was confirmed in the reveal trailer, it's going to be using cartridges, not discs. Technically they're cards, not cartridges, kind of like the 3DS uses, and they're called game cards. And you can see a picture of that on our website. And the Switch will also have a kickstand on the back, so you can prop it up, and you can take the Joy-Cons off and hold them wirelessly like you would a Wiimote and Nunchuck, or you can flip them on the side and use them like you would the sideways version of the Wiimote. Well, I think that's the vertical orientation works. I don't know. I don't think they showed that specifically in the trailer, but the horizontal orientation does work. They show that specifically. And as I mentioned, the controllers, the left and right versions are called Joy-Cons, and there's Joy-Con left and Joy-Con right. And they also showed a Pro controller, a more traditional controller, looks kind of similar to the Xbox style controller. And they showed the Joy-Con grip I mentioned. That's the little middle portion that connects the two Joy-Con controllers, and I'm assuming that functions as a charging method for them, but I don't know that for sure. That's not confirmed. That's just speculation on my part. So they showed that as well. And you can check out that image, like I said, on our website at nvogames.com. Come on. Sorry, trying to get this going here. Alright, so some non-Nintendo Switch news. We've got the Nintendo download for North America for October 20th for you. What did North America get? Well, we got Pirate Pop Plus on the Wii U. Steam World Heist is also on Wii U. On Wii U Virtual Console, we got The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks, which was originally released on Nintendo DS. And Nintendo is still not giving the full list of sales, but this week, on the 20th, we had a sale for Shadow Puppeteer on the Wii U. Other Wii U releases were Retro Road Rumble, Super Destronaut 2, Go Duck Yourself, Mr. Pumpkin Adventure, and Shooting Range by Thornberry Software. On the 3DS eShop, we have sales for Witch and Hero 2, plus several more. And there's also a new release this week for Faroon 2, or Faroony 2, however you say that. Faroone, maybe. On the new Nintendo 3DS eShop, we got Pirate Pop Plus. And on new Nintendo 3DS Virtual Console, we got Breath of Fire, which is originally released on the Super Nintendo, of course. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can fix something here, but bear with me just a moment. Okay, anyway, that was the end of the Nintendo download for North America for October 20th. So we're going to move back to Switch here momentarily. And we posted an article about things you might not have noticed about the Switch during the reveal trailer. So I put some images up on the site. You can check those out. And the first image, we look at the Switch when the guy is taking it on the plane, and he puts it in kickstand mode, and you can see what looks like possible ventilation ports on the top of the system. And then we get a closer look when he's plugging in his headphones, and then there's something over to the right of that which I speculated might be a charging port, but that's not confirmed. That's just speculation. It's like a little nub. It's not one of the shoulder buttons, because those are on the Joy-Cons. This is in between the appears to be ventilation and then the shoulder buttons. There's some sort of indentation there. It's possible it could be a stylus holder. You know, the system is rumored to have touch. They didn't show that in the trailer at all, but it's rumored to have a touchscreen. I mean, that makes sense if they're gonna, you know, have Breath of the Wild and other Wii U ports on the system. And then another thing we posted about was that you might be able to use the system with any dock, because when he goes into either his friend's apartment or house or hotel room or whatever it is, you don't see him take a new dock out of his bag, and he just puts his system in the dock and starts playing. Now, of course, they could have done that in when they weren't recording or whatever, but you think if they wanted you to take your dock with you, specifically, you wouldn't be able to use any dock at all, then they would have shown that. But they didn't show it, so that's interesting. Now, of course, that's not confirmed. That's just speculation on my part. Nintendo hasn't said one way or the other. Another thing we see when he's at the apartment or house or hotel room, whatever it is, we didn't see any visible cords that connected the dock itself to any outlets, which is unusual. But Nintendo has had a history of doing that. I mean, even in the NES days, there was ads for the NES that showed people playing games without the system even being on and without it even being plugged up. So maybe that was just oversight on their part, or maybe the cords were buried in the wall behind the system. Who knows? Anyways, they may have even edited them out. Another thing that we noticed in the trailer was it appears to be an official car mount for the portable unit. So they show some people taking the Switch with them in a car, and they're playing a version of Mario Kart, and they slide the Switch into a mount that goes onto the back of the car seat for the people in the front passenger seat, and it has like a little I don't know, bar, rod, whatever, that extends out a little bit, so it's not directly on the headrest for the passenger seat, but it extends outward from there. Now, you would think Nintendo would put a third-party accessory in their trailer like that, or something that was just, done up for the heck of it. So that might be an official car mount, but that's not confirmed. That's just speculation. Nintendo hasn't commented one way or the other about that. Speaking of Mario Kart, during the footage of Mario Kart, we saw that double items are going to be returning to the game, which is last seen in Double Dash on the GameCube. And interestingly enough, there's no second driver here. This is multiple items shown for a single driver. And we also saw King Boo as well, and he was last in the game series in Mario Kart Wii. So that's interesting. Graphically, it appears very similar to Mario Kart 8, so it could be an enhanced port of Mario Kart 8, which of course is the Wii U version of the game, or it could be Mario Kart 9. We don't know just yet. Nintendo's not talking games yet. So another thing we noticed in the footage of the Super Mario game is that we may have a recovery heart, which is called the spinning heart item, and that was used to restore Mario's health. And that is seen when he's trying to run away from the Bullet Bill, and the heart was last seen in Super Mario 64 and Super Mario 64 DS, as far as I know. And we also saw on the same footage that there's some things that looked like rings. They were much bigger than coins, and they were hollow in the middle, so they're definitely not coins. Then, as I mentioned earlier, we noticed the LEDs on the Switch grip, the Joy-Con grip, rather. And they may be indicators of the number of players or battery life for the Joy-Cons. We don't know. It's possible the Switch may support up to 8 players. That's not confirmed. But Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, which is rumored to be getting a port to the system, does support up to 8 players for the 8-player melee, or whatever they call it. If you can hear the motorcycle in the background, I apologize. One of my neighbors here is apparently revving their engine. So hopefully they'll stop doing that momentarily. But anyways, that was some of the things we noticed about the Switch in the trailer that you might not have. Now we're up to the current week, I do believe. And the European Nintendo download for October 24th. What did Europe get this week? Well, on the Wii U eShop, they got Just Dance 2017, Mr. Pumpkin Adventure, and Solitaire. There's a bunch of DLC and other content for Wii U this week for Europe. There's the Shantae DLC for Runbow, the Battle Map Pack 4 for Minecraft Wii U Edition, and Minecraft also got the Campfire Skin Pack, the Halloween Battle Map, the Spooky Bundle, and the Builders Pack. And Just Dance got a bunch of access tickets for Just Dance Unlimited. You can get those in increments of 24 hours, 1 month, 3 months, or 1 year. There's Wii U sales this week for 3 Souls, Zombie Defense, Discovery, Double Breakout, Family Tennis SP, Word Puzzles by Podgy, 99 Moves, Abyss, Rockin' Racing Off-Road DX, Defend Your Crypt, Blasting Agent Ultimate Edition, Titan's Tower, Tap Tap Arcade 2, Jackpot 777, Panda Love, Shooty Space, and Touch Selections. Bear with me just a moment. Alright, sorry about that. I had to take care of something. Anyways, on the 3DS eShop this week, we are getting Gurumine 3D, A Monstrous Adventure, Corpse Party, Disney 2-Pack, Frozen and Big Hero 6 combo, and Furune 2. And we're also getting a bunch of home themes for the 3DS this week. These are available as of yesterday. The Pokemon Sinister Organization Team Rocket theme, the Team Galactic theme. This is Europe, by the way, still. Mario's Halloween theme, the Sonic Series 25th Anniversary theme, the Sonic Series Classic Style theme, the Boom Style theme, the Sonic Style theme, and the Sonic Bundle number 2 set of themes. There's also the Shaun the Sheep Timmy theme, and a regular Shaun the Sheep theme, and the Gurumine Heroes theme, the Monster Palace theme, the Night Parade theme, the Orange Twist theme, and the Gurumine Monster Bundle set of themes. There's also the Magic Hallowinks theme and the Hello Kitty Halloween theme. On the 3DS, there's special offers for the Legend of Dark Witch 2, Witch and Hero, Zombie Incident, Darts Up 3D, Football Up 3D, Blasting Agent Ultimate Edition, Defend Your Crypt, Word Puzzles by Podgy, Glory of Generals, which is not available in Germany, Mercenaries Saga 2, Samurai Defender, and Real Heroes Firefighter 3D download version. On the new Nintendo 3DS eShop, you guys got Box Up. And there's a sale this week on the new Nintendo 3DS only for Brick Race. Alright, just a moment, I'm getting more news ready. Usually I would just load it all up before I start recording, but my site tends to, or our site tends to crash if I load up too many articles at one time, so I don't want to do that, so that's why I'm doing it slowly. So Nintendo and Capcom announced a Monster Hunter Direct, and that was held on the 27th, which was this past Thursday. And during that, they announced another game called Monster Hunter Double Cross. I don't know if we posted the Direct on our site or not, I can't remember, but you can check that out probably on Capcom's channel or Nintendo's channel, their Japanese YouTube channels. And we'll be sure to post it up here eventually also, if we haven't posted about it yet. But anyways, you can check that out online. So the latest episode of Game Center DX focused on The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which of course is coming to Wii U and Switch next year. So you can check out the video on our website at nvigames.com. Another video we posted was looking at the metal challenges for Super Mario Maker for Nintendo 3DS, which is going to be another feature in the 3DS version of the game. And you can check that out on our site. So speaking of Monster Hunter, there's going to be a Tokobon 2016 Autumn live stream, and that was scheduled to begin right after the Monster Hunter Direct, which is on Thursday. And they were going to be playing Monster Hunter Stories and Monster Hunter Spirits, which is an arcade game. And they also were expected to cover news that was shared in the Nintendo Direct, which was probably about Monster Hunter Double Cross. So we got a bunch more Nintendo Switch information here for you. This first part comes, well, I guess all these things they've been posting a lot is from Let's Play Video Games, and Laura Dale, she's been posting a lot of stuff about Switch. Anyways, this first thing, according to her, Nintendo is not going to be selling the Switch without the dock at launch. And that's because the Nintendo wants people to focus on the system's hybrid capabilities, where it's a handheld that can also be used as a home console. Some people might have wanted a handheld-only version, but that's not going to be happening at launch. Nintendo thought that would cause confusion. There may be a portable-only version later, but at launch it's going to be with the dock and handheld only. You can only get them together, you can't get it separate. And apparently Nintendo had discussed selling it without the dock internally, but they felt that players may think they could connect the Switch directly to the TV without the dock, which is not possible. And Nintendo doesn't have plans for that to be allowed either, but who knows, it might happen eventually, but as of right now it's not happening. And this information comes from Ms. Dale's source at Nintendo, so it's not officially confirmed, but it seems to be likely to be the case since the source is Nintendo itself. It's not a third-party source, in other words. So speaking of Switch, another report that Laura Dale shared was about whether or not Switch would support touchscreen games. And in the trailer, Nintendo did not address that at all, but she says that the system is going to feature a multi-touch screen, despite Nintendo not showing that in the trailer. And she said that all games are going to have to be playable with the handheld and the dock, so games won't be allowed to require touchscreen access. So, but how would the games that require touchscreen use function then? Since Nintendo is not requiring or not allowing developers to require the touchscreen to be active at all times, or available at all times rather. And apparently the Joy-Con controllers are going to have IR pointers, infrared pointers on them, or sensors. And they appear they're going to be at the bottom of the controllers if you are holding them upright in the larger Joy-Con grip form or the handheld form. And you can check out some images of those on our website at nvigames.com, where LPVG has highlighted where the sensors may be. This information, of course, is rumored. This is not confirmed. It comes from one of Laura's sources at Ubisoft. Nintendo has not officially commented about this, but there was a report back in August that Nintendo wanted to phase out Wii remotes and replace them with the Joy-Cons. So, who knows? Maybe this is one of the first steps in that. So another report from Let's Play Video Games is about the Switch Pro controller, and it was about whether or not the controller had a headphone jack. And according to their report, it might not have one. This is not 100% confirmed yet, of course, until Nintendo comments, but if you want to use headphones with the Switch, and you want to use the Switch Pro controller, you're going to have to connect your headphones to the handheld, if that's even possible while it's docked. We don't know, that's not confirmed. Or you're going to have to connect them to your TV or other display. And that information comes from a source of Let's Play Video Games that was involved with producing the trailer. And they said that they thought that the version of the Pro Controller shown in the trailer was the final model, and that one in the video didn't have a headphone jack. Nintendo has not said if this is the final retail version of the Switch Pro Controller or not, so we don't know for sure 100% if it's going to have a headphone jack or not. But it appears that it won't. Oh, also, I forgot to mention this earlier, but in the Switch reveal trailer, another game that was shown was seemingly a version of NBA 2K, possibly 2K17, but that's not confirmed. That's just speculation on my part. I'm loading up more news here, so just bear with me a moment. So we're going to talk more about Switch here, a lot more. There's a lot of Switch stuff to talk about, as you might imagine. So Nintendo has shared when we are going to get more official information about the system, and that is going to be coming next year. They are not going to officially talk about the system anymore this year, supposedly, or any new info anyway. And they're going to be holding a presentation on January 12th into the 13th, depending on what part of the world you're in. And it's going to be called the Nintendo Switch Presentation, or Nintendo Switch Presentation 2017. And it's going to be live streamed across the globe, and it's going to be held on January 12th in the US. They didn't give a specific time beyond that, just January 12th in the US. And they said they're going to tell us what the price of the system is and the launch date, and we'll get a look at some of the games in development. And there will be select invited media, analysts, and other trade guests on hand for the event. And Nintendo will hold other sampling events, which is basically another word for a demo, in the US and Europe at a later time. And they also have those available for media, partners, and consumers, which of course is the general public. And that was rumored on Reddit a while back that they were going to send out demo units in February, so that may be a similar thing that they're talking about there, the sampling events. So another thing about Switch and Let's Play Video Games, they said that the system may support SD cards. And this is from Laura Dale's source at Nintendo, and they said it will support micro SD XC cards. And according to her information, the Switch will support up to 128 gigabytes of additional space in the form of SD XC cards. And we don't know if the size limit will be changed on the final retail version, but as of right now, the dev kit version allows you to run games off the micro SD card just like you would a game card or internal storage. And Ms. Dale says that the SD card slot is going to be located under the kickstand, so on the back of the unit. So a couple of non-Nintendo Switch related pieces of news this week. We got the Japanese Nintendo download for you for October 26th. What did Japan get this week? Well, on the Wii U Virtual Console, they got the Famicom version of Baseball Simulator 1000. And, of course, that was originally released on the Famicom. And on the 3DS eShop, they got a few games. There's The House of Kitten, Kirishima House and the Three Kittens, To Move It, Chibi Tara Kobo, River City Ransom SP, Sonic Toon Fire and Ice, and Kami Wanda Sparkling Ichibangi Close Call. And you can check out a trailer for Baseball Simulator 1000 on our site, as well as screenshots for this week's downloads. Now, the North American Nintendo download for October 27th, what did we get in North America? Well, on the Wii U eShop, we got Just Dance 2017, and we've got sales this week for Year Walk and Paper Monsters Recut, plus several more. Other Wii U releases this week include Demonic Karma Summoner, Ectoplaza, and Solitaire. And we also got a Wii retail game this week, and that is Lost in Shadow on the Wii U. On the 3DS eShop, we got Corpse Party and a Halloween, or a home theme rather, for Mario's Halloween. And there's eShop sales this week for Resident Evil Revelations and others. And other 3DS releases this week for North America are Box Up, Butterfly, Inchworm Animation 2, and Pixel Maker. And Nintendo is holding a Street Pass weekend this weekend for Halloween. It's called the Halloween Edition. You can stop by a Nintendo Zone hotspot throughout North America and bring your 3DS or 2DS from now until October 31st, and you can collect up to 6 Street Pass tags. And you can also make use of Street Pass features in other games like Disney Magical World 2, Yokai Watch 2, Bony Spirits, and Fleshy Souls, Dragon Quest 7, Fragments of the Forgotten Past, Monster Hunter Generations, and Shovel Knight. So we're going to finish up this week's Ncast with a couple of Nintendo Switch reports. This is additional information from Laura Dale at Let's Play Video Games. And the first one is about how the system is powered and charged. And according to Ms. Dale, her source at Nintendo and a source involved with the trailer said that the handheld will be powered by USB-C or USB Type-C. And that's interesting. That's a switch, no pun intended, for Nintendo going from proprietary power methods, their AC adapters and charging adapters are normally proprietary. You can't use them with other devices or other systems. And USB is a standard in electronics these days with cell phones and tablets and computers and whatnot. So that's interesting. They're going to go with a industry standard, apparently, according to Ms. Dale. And she also posted a picture on her site, or their site rather, where the port will be located. And apparently it's going to be on the bottom of the system and kind of in the middle. And because of this, when it's in kickstand mode, you can't charge it unless third parties come up with some sort of accessory to enable that. But as of right now, you can't officially charge it while it's in kickstand mode. And we posted a closer look at that, the system in kickstand mode, from the reveal trailer, where you can see where we think the port will be located in kickstand mode based on the image that Laura Dale posted on Let's Play Video Games. And this was in the dev kit version of the Switch. It's not known if it's going to be in the final retail unit or not, but that would be nice if you could charge it anywhere, because if the rumored low battery life is true, then it would be handy to be able to charge it wherever you want. And a lot of businesses these days have charging stations where you can plug in your devices, like cafes or bars or restaurants, that kind of thing. They have like little retractable cords and that kind of thing where you can plug in your electronic devices to charge them, which is pretty cool. And that would be handy for Switch, since it's rumored to only have a 3-hour battery life. That was another thing I forgot to mention earlier, but that's one of the rumors going around, that the Switch will only have support for 3 hours of battery use, which is kind of lame, but I guess it's better than nothing. So our final report this week on the Switch from Let's Play Video Games is about whether or not the system will support external USB drives. We already talked about the Switch apparently supporting SD cards through SDXC, and according to Ms. Dale, the Switch will not support external USB drives. And this comes from her source at Nintendo, and the reason for that is because they want people to think the Switch is more of a home console only, rather than a hybrid of a portable console. And of course, if they allowed external USB drives, then you wouldn't be able to use those in portable form, most likely. They also don't want people to have to worry about removing the handheld from the dock when it's saving game data or trying to sync. So all the data from games are going to be stored directly on the handheld portion. But as we reported, and from Let's Play Video Games, the Switch will support SDXC cards, so it's, according to Let's Play Video Games anyway. Nintendo hasn't officially said that one way or the other, but apparently there will be some form of external storage, at least in the form of SD cards. But again, that's not officially confirmed, that's just rumored. Nintendo hasn't commented one way or the other, but hopefully we'll find out sometime between now and the January presentation. We'll just have to wait and see. So that will do it for this episode of the Ncast, live weekly Nintendo podcast. We'll be back next Saturday with another episode, so be sure to tune in for that. Don't forget you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/nvideogaming, or on Twitter at twitter.com/nvideogames, and you can check us out on the web at nvideogames.com for Nintendo news, screenshots, trailers, reviews, and lots more good stuff. And don't forget you can subscribe to us here on YouTube to get notifications when we post new videos. And you can also follow us on Twitch. We do a series of Let's Plays, live streams throughout the week on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And we post the recorded versions on our YouTube channel as well if you can't make the live version. We usually live stream at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So we'll have a stream for you tonight on our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/nvideogames. And tonight's episode is going to be Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES, so we'll be playing more of that. So be sure to tune in for that at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Game on.